what's great about my dad is he's a dreamer. He really is able to see the big picture and have these big dreams and big goals, but then he can then execute that.
Mike has never lost his focus on the human side of medicine and the need to give back.
My childhood was shaped by my Catholic upbringing and my first-hand views of the atrocities of the Vietnam War. In Saigon, in the middle of the night, we were very often awakened by the loud hissing sound of the rockets that rained down on us every few days. And I learned from my father that those hissing sounds were a good sign because it meant that they were flying overhead us and would not hit us.
You come out of a situation like that where you see the very worst side of human life when there's conflict and war and devastation. And for Mike, instead of making him bitter, it seemed to make him decide that he needed to find charity.
I learned very early on that violence begets violence, that hate cannot be cured by hate, and that one should respond to conflict by mutual understanding and by negotiations.
I've always really admired my dad for the path that he's taken. He came here when he was 18.
He emigrated here to go to college at University of San Diego, and he had to adapt to the whole American educational system, but he managed to finish there in 3.5 years and then come here to start medical school.
When I applied to medical school, I called home to my dad and asked him for some advice. He said, "You should go to Loyola. It's a Jesuit school. Loyola Stritch brings a human aspect to medicine. We can make the world better if we can help the less fortunate, the poor." I met my wife during my internship year. She had declined acceptance to the Harvard MBA program to stay in Los Angeles and marry me. It is still a mystery to me to this day why she did that. After Vietnam fell to the communists, it was very difficult, if not dangerous, to return to Vietnam. The situation changed in 1995. I started to teach and do surgeries. I would bring with me the author resident from Loyola, Stritch.
Came back to Stritch and proposed that our service mission for students include Vietnam. Because of his personal involvement, we were able to begin to send students there.
In 2006, I traveled to Vietnam with my family.
And there we met this man and his wife who would take in a lot of the abandoned children in the area and care for them. And it was just a life-changing experience.
And we felt the need to do something, to find a permanent solution to those children who were abandoned. We decided to build an orphanage that was completed in 2008. It now houses 96 orphans and 6 expecting mothers.
The kids couldn't have been happier and warmer, and the nuns who ran the orphanage very appreciative of Mike and all he had done.
He told me one time that if he could, he would adopt every child at that orphanage and bring them to his home. That's an amazing statement.
My vision is to provide a new beginning to these children and to put a warm roof over their heads. We wanted them not to have the stigma of being an orphan. We wanted to give them an opportunity to be more productive members of societies.
Mike has 4 children, triplets and a younger boy, and I think that his devotion to family, his concern for them, along with Sue, his wife, is amazing.
He, of course, was thrilled when Jennifer matriculated at Loyola and has been able to see the school through the next generation.
And I think that the Stritch Medal embodies somebody who is trying to do well for the school, do well for the community and for the world, and I think Mike has done all of that.
A few months ago, I walked in that room with the pictures of all the previous recipients, and I see on there all my teachers. I'm not sure that I deserve this medal, but I have it, so I will keep it, but I'm very, very humble and very proud.